Art is everywhere, so it's in like media that we consume, books we read, music we listen to, and that is instilled with us from the moment that we are born. Like the books we see, stuff that we learn in school, and the first thing we ever learn to do is hold a pencil, how to draw, your first scribble, and I think that's very like life cycle of us that we constantly make artwork, and I think that's something that people should still keep in tune with, and I think that's like how I feel when I make art. It makes me feel very myself and something that I can always turn to. It's very expressive, and yeah, it makes me also link back a bit to my inner child. So
Seeing it as an ever-present part of our lives, Jacqima emphasises that art can be put to good use, an essential tool for our own self-care.
I've always had art there for me. I've also gone through my own struggles, and art is actually the first thing I turned to when I had those struggles. So I wasn't a very artistic person when I was younger. I turned to art when I was 16 in the college, and that kind of sparked like this new like awakening and something that was like a safety net. I didn't feel good, I want to feel better, so I made art, and that kind of started like transcending. So I started making more art, and it just kept making me feel better. So it was more like a diary that I don't have to write words in. I could just express and share it, and sharing your artwork with other people who might feel the same also opens doors to like more conversation about it.
Her views on art underpin Jacqima's work as an art therapist. They're the motivation behind this exhibition, her first. It's a space she's sharing with others, although the message still comes from a deeply personal place.
I'm particularly attached to this piece. It's a piece that had actually followed me from university all the way back home. It's about childhood abandonment and how it manifests as an adult. And those are just some situations I dealt with growing up, and how to navigate that. So I wasn't just abandoning my work or my clients or myself. I had to learn how to undo all of that and like really see that I am capable enough to be an artist or a therapist. And it was challenging, and I abandoned that piece for a long time, but I got back to it. And it also links a bit into identity and dissociation, like struggling to find your place, whether it's in your personal life or even as a therapist. It was quite difficult as well, trying to find where to go, especially I was the only one here.
That connection that you're talking about between art and artist, did it help you? Did you find it therapeutic? How did you feel once you finally completed it, if you'd abandoned it for a while first?
I felt really emotional, actually. I cried when I finished it. It was sort of like coming back home. That's the best way I could describe it.
Many of the other artists exhibited here are showing their work for the first time. It's all in keeping with Jacqima's belief that art is to be shared.
I gave them the title of the exhibition and a bit of a brief of what I wanted it to be about, which was about identity and growth, and kind of like what art means to you or how you represent yourself in your artwork. And they've kind of all gone off and done their own thing, but they've come back and they've really have done a really good job, and we have a lot of new people as well, so it's their first time presenting.
And her parting message is concise, but perhaps the most important. Art is for everyone.
You don't have to be good at art to make art.